tonight I'm gonna make a couple of steaks or so on live. It's the thin ones. Probably won't see me much. Yes, I wear gloves because I do not like touching raw meat. It gives me an overload. I do not like touching raw meat. So I put 2 thin pieces of steak in there and a skillet type of thing, and I'm going to cook it on the stove. And then I'm going to show you the stuff I'll be putting on it. So we're going to start by this pepper right here. Then sprinkle the pepper on the steak to get it all spiced up on one side. Then put a little bit of salt on it. You do not want to put too much salt on it though. Good way to get high blood pressure. Then it's on this paprika. Like dab it on. Not too much that the spice is overloading, but just enough to get that spice in it. As a lot of people know, pepper in places can make you sneeze. And then some Italian seasoning we put on the steaks. This is how I made them last night for dinner. Then of course, this little good thing. And then you're just gonna let it sit there and brown and cook for a few before you flip it back over. And I flip it back over with a fork. It's easier. And it usually takes about 5-10 minutes to cook it all the way or to the desired texture you want it. So it'll take some time. But tonight, the center is dropping off chili and cornbread for dinner. So I'm excited for that. I have not had chili or cornbread in years. So I'm very excited for dinner. And I also just lifted weights and everything. Lifted weights, wall push-ups, leg lifts from the end of the bed. Now I'm cooking. And then I put macaroni, cheese, and corn on a plate in the microwave. It just got done warming up, which it won't take long for this to cook because it's super thin type of steak. And it was on clearance, so I bought it. I don't typically buy steak unless it's on clearance. Then now I'm flipping it to the one side. And it smells really good, y'all. But it does like to stick to the skillet because I have it on high temps. So I don't want to, like, I want any bacteria that could be on the meat to be dead and killed. I'm very specific when it comes to how I cook my meat, no matter what it is. Now we're just going to repeat what we did on the other side again with adding pepper, salt, paprika, and Italian seasoning on the other side of the steak. This is fun cooking sometimes. And you also, if you want to get fancy, cut it in strips and make pepper steak out of it. And again, you don't want to put too much salt on the steak though. Just enough to season to tenderize it a little. Then again, on the paprika. to make it a little more spicy. And it's almost done already. But I always flip it twice. Now I'm going to turn the stove down because it's getting too hot. And put in the last seasoning on it. Then put the lid back on it. So hopefully my fire alarm does not go off. Because it does go off sometimes. And I live by myself, so I kind of learned how to make large portions and then eat leftovers till it's all gone, because it's really hard to cook small portions when you live by yourself. So I just cook like I'm cooking for a family, then eat the leftovers till they're gone. Sadly, a lot of people don't know how to cook for just yourself for a week. It's pretty simple, honestly. You cook as if you would cook for a family, and then eat one serving per meal. So let's say you have a family of 4 or 5, make enough for 4 or 5 days, or however you want to do the rationing on it. So that's how I basically just, without wasting food, just make enough like 2-3 days, or maybe a little longer depending on how much I make, and then just eat leftovers till all the leftovers are over and gone with. It's a good way to save money as well. And the steak is literally almost done. This is like really, like, it's really thin. It's like this thin, if not thinner. And like I said, I flip it 2-3 times when I cook it to make sure I get the seasoning cooked as well on it. And it's pretty much done. My steak is done, as you see. Oh Lord. Ta-da! And lunch is served. Just gotta get some A1 sauce. A1 sauce. Guys, I love A1 sauce. I am addicted to it. I feel like I drink it from the bottle. So guys, I'm going to hop off here and cook. Not really cook, but eat my meal that I cook. Oh my gosh, guys. But anyway, so I hope everyone has a good lunch break if you're eating lunch or whatnot. So peace.